What's up everybody, it's CJ and I'm back with another Sims 3 furnishing video, but today I'm going to be furnishing one of my own builds, or I guess refurnishing one of my old builds. So if you don't know, I've been doing this series called the Not So Berry Challenge for about 2 years. If you want to see the rules and stuff, I'll leave a link down below if you want to do it yourself. But it's a really cool challenge. It's like a color themed challenge. So every generation is a different color and they all have different rules and different things you have to do. And it's just really fun. It was made by Little Simsy and Always Simming. And like I said, I've been doing this challenge for about 2 years. So needless to say, I am like almost done with it. We're on generation 6. So that is the orange generation. For generation 6, you have to basically be like a criminal, you have to steal, and then you have to have twins. So my sim Orange, who's the heir, the current heir, he has twin boys. One is named Valentino, the other one is Pinky. So we can only have one heir for the next generation, and since we have twins, I honestly could not make up my mind on who I wanted to be the heir. So I said in one of the previous videos that I was going to do a poll and let y'all decide on like who you would like to see be the heir. So if you have not voted yet, if you go to my post tab on YouTube, you'll see that I made a post and I basically just asked, like, who would you like to see the heir? And I did like a picture poll. So the first sim is Valentino, and then the second one is Pinky. Valentino was more like, he's the oldest one, but like, now that they're teenagers, I feel like he's going through a phase, more like a punk rock phase, don't tell me what to do, dad. I know what's right for me, da 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 da. Typical like teen rebellion phase, I guess, or rebellious phase. And then we have Pinky, who's like a little bit more sensitive, a little bit more soft-spoken. I feel like he would be more the bookworm type. For Generation 7, I think you have to be a writer. So like, I feel like if anyone were to be the writer, it would be Pinky. Now, it's kind of funny that I said that because like, I just gave them makeovers. I kind of just gave the makeovers based on vibe. I got like the vibe I got in Creative Sim, but it was kind of funny though because like I gave them a makeover first and then I did the poll, and currently 68% of voters that have voted already have voted for Pinky to be the heir. So Pinky is currently winning in the poll, but I will say this. If you have not voted, please go vote. Maybe you might want Valentino, or maybe you might want Pinky. I don't know. So please go vote if you haven't already. So you still have time to go vote. Like, I'm gonna like announce the poll. I'll like announce the results probably when I record the next part next week. So you still have time, to make your voice heard. But I just think it's funny how like I didn't really make Pinky with the expectation of him being the heir, but it's just kind of funny how he's like winning the poll. So that's kind of funny. But anyway, so if you didn't know, if you haven't watched the series, like I said, I'll leave a playlist to it linked down below. But basically, both of the boys stayed in this room. So, okay, the house that we live in, I built for a video a while ago. And when I built the house, I, for some reason, just wasn't thinking that I needed another bedroom. So this was a 2-bedroom house, basically. And then, like, after I finished, I was like, wait a minute, CJ, we have an extra sim. So, like, before the boys were born, my sim Orange, he has a clone of him. He made a clone of himself. So his clone's name is Ignoro, which is like orange backwards. So Ignoro didn't have a place to stay when I first built this house. So I had to like basically add on a room. When I had the boys, I was like, when they're babies and toddlers, I just kind of feel like it's easier to have them in the same room versus like going all over the house. And like, especially when they're toddlers, they go everywhere. So I felt like it was just easier to have them be in one centralized room. And then when they were kids, we didn't really have a lot of money, and I was like, they're not going to be kids forever, so maybe I'll just let them stay in this room, So a lot of the furnishing that you'll see, I'm keeping like some things like the wallpaper. I kept like some of the toys and stuff. This is going to be Pinky's room, by the way, the youngest one. Yeah, I'm kind of keeping some of the stuff because like we don't have a lot of money, y'all. Like I forgot how much we had it when I started recording. Maybe like 17,000 simoleons, maybe. We ended up having like 11,000 at the end of the video, but yeah, we don't have a lot of money, so yeah. I mean, we're criminal, like, so Orange is the dad, and he's in the criminal career, but like, y'all, we're so broke. I don't know why. Like, my money is just gone. So basically, I had a budget with this one. I think it turned out good in the end, because as you can see, I kept some stuff, like the beanbag chairs, the little, like, alien toys or figurines. I also kept the lava lamp, the wallpaper. I just kind of, like, swapped out some things. I added a new bed, a new dresser in here, a new chair. I kept the same curtains. We have new art. I really wanted to have like a little bit of everything in here, just so this could be his little like getaway. So I gave him a computer. I gave him a dresser because I almost forgot to include one. So he does have a dresser. And then I went back later and I added a stack of books, in case he likes to read, or in case he is the heir, So I did add a stack of books. You'll see like a little bit more in the screenshots if you stick around after the voiceover is over with, but I really like the way his room turned out. I'm kind of glad that I kept the wallpaper because I do like the way it looks. Like the color scheme in here is really nice and pastel. I really, really like it. I didn't really think about this until I finished recording the video, but I guess I'm gonna have to upload this house so y'all can like get the updated version. But I will say the wallpaper in his room with the stars is that's a custom pattern. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I do not know where I got that pattern from. So I'll upload the house, but if some things are missing, that's probably why. It's just the patterns. Everything else is like store content or stuff that came with packs and stuff. But now we move on to the, well, it used to be Ignoro's room, but now this is Valentino's room. So I gave him a room to himself. You know, he's the oldest. He wants his own little space. And I kind of feel like maybe he wants to start to play the guitar, you know? Like, I don't think he'll be in a band per se. I wanted to give him like a little guitar and like his own little like space. So for his room, it's still pink, but it's more of like a darker pink, kind of like a gray or like a dusty pink kind of color. You know, like I said, he's going through a phase, you know, he's a little bit more rough around the edges than his brother is. So I gave him like this nice like punk rock bed, which is kind of cool though, because Rudy from Generation 2 had the same exact bed. I think he had like a different color scheme for his bed, but it's literally the same exact bed, you know. I also swapped out the wallpaper. I was going to keep the original one, but I was like, let's go for like one without the border for the wood paneling. I used the same wallpaper that was in Pinky's room, and I just kind of recolored it though. And I did give him an accent wall. I put like a plaid design behind where his bed is, you know, just to kind of have like some different contrast. So there's like, so I guess the color scheme in his room is more like a dusty pink, gray, brown color scheme. It looks nice in my opinion, but yeah, it's like a different vibe. It's not as bright and vibrant as his brother's room is. Like, honestly, these two are like opposite twins. You know, like, maybe that might be a little bit too cliche. I feel like that's like a common thing in The Sims. Like, I've seen a lot of people do opposite twins before. But like, yeah, I think they're like literally opposite twins. But I feel like they're gonna get along. Like, I don't want them to be enemies or like hate each other. You know, they're brothers, they love each other. But like, I feel like they're just their own people, right? Different interests, different aesthetics, but they still get along. That's what I would want. I mean, I guess we'll see as we play, but that's what I want for them, okay? Everybody need to get along, okay? Because if you didn't know, I don't want to spoil too much if you didn't watch the series, but like, their dad is basically raising them alone, and yeah. So if you've seen the series, then you know what happens to the mom, but if you didn't see it, I'd urge you to go watch, you know? Like, I guess technically you maybe should start from the beginning of the series so you can get like the full picture of the whole family. But if you really just want to see like this is just the orange generation. I have a whole playlist. You'll know what color is what because like in the corner of the video, there's like a number. Each part is numbered and then there's a different color for every generation. So yeah, just find like the orange bubble in the corner and that's how you know you're on generation 6, which is the orange generation. All right, so for his room, I also kept some things as well. So I kept the rug. I also kept the lava lamp. I also kept the blinds. I'm just recoloring them. I was going to keep this plant, but it was low-key in the way, so I kind of got rid of it. I did give him a desk in his room as well, so he has it's like a table, actually. Because if you didn't know, you can actually use tables in The Sims 3 as a computer desk, which is kind of cool. So I used the table from the high-end loft stuff. It looks more industrial, kind of like it would belong in a workshop, but to me, it kind of fit the vibe, especially with his bed and his nightstand. It kind of has like that industrial theme to it. So I gave him the desk from Fastlane stuff. I also used the laptop that they used in the last part, the one that was on the table. I used that in here and I recolored it. I'm giving him like this drum set bookshelf. I feel like he probably will never read any of these books, but I did give him one just for the aesthetics, you know. And then I kept the same rug, but I recolored that as well. I also used the broken down like makeshift chair that comes with University, and I put that in the corner of his room as well. And then at the very end of the video, I found this little spider like wall decoration, so I put that right above his bed. And then I don't think it shows up in the video, but I did go in and I used the late night mirror, the one that's kind of like chipped and like has stickers on it. I put that off in the corner. You'll see it in the screenshots. And then I realized too that a lot of Ignoro stuff was still in here. His like award from graduating high school. Also, for some reason, you can't put high school diplomas in your household inventory, so I had to go into live mode and I just gave it to orange, you know. So yeah, for some reason you can't put those away in the household inventory, so just know it does go away. It's not gonna stay. But yeah, but in all, that's pretty much it, y'all, for like the entire video. I had a lot of fun giving them makeovers and also like making up their rooms. Like, y'all, I am like extremely excited to play next week. And you know, it's kind of funny though, because like the way it's looking, Pinky might be the heir. But I would say again, please go vote if you haven't already. Make your voice heard, and you know, who knows? Pinky's winning now, but maybe Valentino might win over the weekend. You never really know when it comes to polls. So I haven't refreshed the page, and I only, at the time of me recording this, I made the poll an hour ago. So 68% of voters have voted for Pinky and 32% have voted for Valentino. So I'm interested to know, because this video is going to come out tomorrow for me, today for you, obviously, but it's going to come out tomorrow for me. So it'll be interesting to look at the poll again by the time this video goes up on YouTube and then see how much has changed, you know. I don't know. I don't want to make any predictions just yet, but I can only go off of what I see. And right now it's looking like Pinky. So if maybe you want Valentino, maybe you should vote, you know. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. Please be sure to stick around for the screenshots because, you know, you'll get to see the room from a different angle and stuff like that. And also, if you didn't know, I mentioned this like in every video, but I still get comments sometimes of people saying like, CJ, I didn't know you streamed. I do stream on Twitch. I always say like follow me on Twitch, but yeah, if you don't know, Twitch is like a separate platform where you can stream, you know. So I do stream Sims over there. So I do videos over here on YouTube, and I do like Twitch streams, live streams over on Twitch, and I do play the Sims over there as well. I'm doing a Sims 4 challenge called the Hot Tea Challenge. Y'all, that challenge is like so full of drama. Like I don't even know how to explain it. It's a lot. So maybe if the Sims 4 isn't your game, I understand, but like y'all, you should watch it. It's so crazy. And also, I am doing the 100 baby challenge in the Sims 3 on Twitch. And if you can't watch live, don't worry, I have a second YouTube channel, and over there I post all of my Twitch streams. So if you can't make it for some reason and you just want to like watch it, you know, later on, I'll leave a link to my second YouTube channel link down below, and that way you can like watch everything in a playlist and binge watch it. Just know that these are like 4 to 5 hour plus streams, and they're not edited really, so prepare to hear me yap for a long time. But anyway, y'all, that is all that I have for this video. I will also leave a updated version of this house link down below. Like I said, you know, the accent wall in this bedroom with the plat design and the star wallpaper, if I can find the patterns, I'll link them down below, but I do not know where I got them from. Maybe I'll check out my Discord and see if I can find a link, but if I can't, then just replace it with something, you know. But anyway, y'all, that's all that I have for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Thanks for watching.